everyone. My name is Jenna Montelongo, and I am so excited to have been given the opportunity to share with you a little bit about myself and my journey to medical school. I was raised by a single immigrant mother who left her native country in search of a safer place where she could raise my sister and me. As a child, my living environment was very unstable and traumatizing due to domestic violence. However, this difficult upbringing allowed me to hold on to my education with a firm grip, because it was the only thing that could bring me a sense of stability. During middle school and high school, I challenged myself by taking honors and AP classes because I wanted to do everything within my power to graduate high school, since that was an accomplishment that my parents were unable to obtain. The highest level of education that both of my parents achieved was elementary school. So you could just imagine that when I received that high school diploma, it was a monumental moment for my entire family. After high school, I attended the University of California, Davis, and I received my bachelor's degree in Spanish. At UC Davis, I had the opportunity to expose myself to new things, which broadened my limited perspective of the world. I first became interested in the medical field when I volunteered in a student-run clinic called Clínica Tepate. I hold this clinic very dear to my heart because it became my first opportunity to provide free medical services to people who looked like me and who shared a similar story as my family's. This was a life-changing experience for me because I was now on the other side. Instead of my family going to these free clinics when we could not afford health insurance, I was now working, triaging, and running a clinic to provide care to people who were like me. I felt so empowered by this initial opportunity that I wanted to do more for others, which led me to explore international medicine. During my third year of college, I traveled to Oaxaca, Mexico to volunteer in rural clinics and urban hospitals for 3 months. This experience was very humbling and life-changing for me because I had the opportunity to assist rural physicians in providing medical care to indigenous people who lived in the mountains and who spoke different dialects. While I was serving in Mexico, I also had the opportunity to observe surgeons in the operating room. And this is when I had an epiphany and I realized that I was interested in becoming a surgeon. When I returned to the United States, I participated in 2 surgical internships where I shadowed and learned more from surgeons. Upon graduating from UC Davis, I completed 2 post-baccalaureate programs, one at the University of California, Irvine, and another one at the University of Kansas, so that I could strengthen my foundation in the sciences and be ready for the next chapter of my academic career. I was so determined to overcome every obstacle in my path, and then finally on January 15, 2019, I received my letter of acceptance from the University of Kansas School of Medicine. This was a moment I had prayed for every day, and it had finally arrived. In July of that year, I received my white coat, and as soon as I began my first year of medical school, I accomplished another goal of mine, which was helping high school students from underprivileged backgrounds receive free medical services. I served as a co-executive director of Bulldog Health Clinic, which is a student-run clinic because I wanted to help minimize the health disparity that these students faced, so that they did not have to go through what I went through as a child without health insurance. I am currently a rising third-year medical student who will begin her clinical rotations at the end of May. I am very passionate about rural medicine, surgery, and OB/GYN. I elected to perform 2 rural rotations during this upcoming year so that I can learn more about rural medicine and see how I could incorporate that with either surgery or OB/GYN. In the future, I hope to practice in an underserved community so that I can join the battle in combating health disparities within the community. In addition to my medical degree, I will be obtaining a master's degree in public health after I complete my 3rd year so that I can acquire more tools that will help me better serve medically underserved communities. I believe that all of this preparation will help me narrow down what I am looking for in a residency program. Though I currently do not know where I will be practicing after my residency program, I do know that I would like to be in an underserved community where there is a great need for bilingual doctors like myself. My journey once I began medical school would not have been made possible without all of the support that I have received from the ESA Foundation Scholarships. Words cannot describe how thankful my family and I am for all of your generosity. When I began medical school, I was not sure how I was going to be able to afford this higher education, especially without my mother's financial support, since she is now disabled and unable to work. I never imagined that I would be able to receive financial support after graduating from undergrad. The ESA Foundation has reduced my financial burden and stress, giving me the reassurance that I will have sufficient funds to cover my tuition and basic living expenses. Now I can channel my entire energy and attention to learning about the pathophysiology of diseases so that I can know how to treat our loved ones and those in our communities. I really hope that through my story, you can envision how impactful your support can mean to students, especially those like myself who are the first in their family to pursue a higher education in the medical field. In the future, I look forward to repaying the generosity that I have received from the ESA Foundation by helping other students who are working hard for a better future. Thank you so much for believing in my potential and for helping me pursue my American dream.